Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Xbox On. Spring has finally sprung and it's time for one of the year's biggest sales over on your Xbox One.
So we're going to let you know about some of the best deals that you might want to take advantage of in this year's spring deals.
The atmospheric fluctuations above the anomaly have gotten... It's much worse than we predicted.
Before we get started with the individual game deals, we're going to let you know about a brand new offer that's available on Xbox Game Pass.
If you're not subscribed to the service already, you can get your first 3 months, now wait for it, for only £1 or $1, depending on, where you are. And if you don't know what that means, well, you are in for a treat, because you can get your hands on over 100 great games for one low monthly price, and that includes titles like Forza Horizon 4 and upcoming games like Gears 5, so there really isn't a better time to join than now.
I never pictured my first trip to DC would be like this.
The Division 2 is set in Washington, D.C. in the aftermath of a smallpox pandemic. The game follows a similar line to the first, with you playing as a Division agent in third-person cover-based combat.
It also has expanded to feature 3 different dark zones and an 8-man raid, which is due to release on April 25th. There's also loads of weapons and gear for you to collect and a whole range of new skills that have been added. Alongside the raid, open world and dark zones, you also have Conflict, which is the game's PvP.
The Division 2 has got a 30% discount in the spring sale, so with the game only having launched in March, this is the perfect time to pick it up.
Yeah, it is.
You give us the fire, we'll give them hell.
Next up in the spring sale is a game that's very close to Benny's heart. Yes, I'm talking about Viva Pinata. No, actually it's Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and it has a massive 50% discount.
The latest COD game in the series has 3 separate modes for you to play and enjoy. Multiplayer, zombies, and the Battle Royale Blackout.
Multiplayer will give you the traditional Call of Duty experience that you'll know from previous games, filled with specialists that have different ults and equipment for you to use, along with a range of different weapons, maps, and modes to play.
Zombies will be for those of you that want a bit more of a laid-back experience as you take on waves of zombies with your friends to try and solve the in-game Easter eggs. And then finally, there's Blackout, where you'll fight it out to try and be the last man standing.
50% off, now is the best time to pick it up, especially with the new Alcatraz map that's just dropped right now.
This land is full of scum.
Red Dead Redemption 2 was the biggest game of 2018. It was another masterclass from Rockstar, but are we really surprised? We've all come to expect premium gaming experiences from these guys, and they certainly delivered.
It's a game that really feels alive, especially on the Xbox One X, as it looks stunning in 4K HDR, where you'll start noticing small details like the snow falling off of a tree and very interesting horse physics.
You play as Arthur Morgan, a lieutenant and veteran member of the Vanderling gang. What makes Red Dead Redemption 2 so special is that it's a game that really makes you think about the details, like having to make sure you don't look super rough in your appearance by trimming your beard when it starts to grow out.
Unless you want Arthur to look a little bit shabby, it does kind of suit him.
That's what I do, just let it grow out. Yeah.
You got a bit of that?
Yeah.
The game also has Red Dead Online, which has a whole range of events and missions where up to 16 players can get involved individually or part of a posse.
This game has so much for you to do, so if you haven't got it yet, then make sure to take advantage of that 33% discount.
And this is no laws of the game applying. Anything goes.
Next up is one of those perfect couch games where you can get all of your mates together, order in some pizza, and let the rivalries commence, because I know that Benny and I do exactly that. And with its spring sale, it's had 70% knocked off of the price.
FIFA 19 is pretty much what you'll have come to expect from the franchise, with a whole bunch of different modes for you to play and enjoy.
If you want to build your own team with some of your favourite players, then you can try FIFA Ultimate Team out and join me and Benny in trying to get that flawless weekend league performance. Or maybe you want to manage your club to win the Premier League, which you can do in career mode.
I wish I could win the Premier League. There's also loads of new kickoff modes like House Rules, where you can basically turn off every rule going, and then Survival Mode, which sees you lose a player every time you score.
It's FIFA's approach to a Battle Royale, but nobody dies.
Oh, that's nice.
The gods will not always be with you.
Journey back to a time of myths and legends as you master your fate in Assassin's Creed Odyssey with a shield-smashing 50% off in this year's spring sale.
What better way to explore Greece than an all-inclusive holiday? No, I mean about forging your own adventure in the latest instalment of Ubisoft's stealth-based third-person title.
You'll play as either Alexius or Cassandra, descendant of Spartan King Leonidas, and Misthius for hire, working your way around the world to uncover hidden secrets.
Like where Benny's put any of the batteries.
copyright us somewhere.
From lush, vibrant forests to volcanic islands and bustling cities, this war-torn world has been shaped by gods and men.
As you complete missions and delve deeper into the gameplay, you'll unlock new abilities, weapons, and armor to customize your character and dish out deadly justice to those who stand in your way.
Whilst your ultimate goal is to get revenge on the mysterious cult of Cosmos, the true depth of this game lies in its side missions and exploration mechanics.
With ship-to-ship warfare and huge conquest battles, you'll need to decide where your loyalties lie, with your Spartan brothers or the opposing Athenians.
Team Athenians.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey leaves the choices to you, with real-world consequences evolving from your decisions, like you played all night and now your wife's angry at you.
I'm so tired.
The day I was born was the day the world collapsed.
It's always darkest before the dawn, and an intense nuclear apocalypse must be pretty dark, because 17 years later, we've been blessed with a beautiful new dawn. A Far Cry New Dawn, to be exact.
Hope County has been transformed after the events of Far Cry 5 into a spectacular land full of colour, life, and bandits. Lots of bandits.
There's rebuilding to be done, but the bandits have other ideas, and you and your merry band of human and animal misfits need to figure out a way to stop them.
Featuring characters you might recognise from Far Cry 5, New Dawn is more of the intense craziness with a new set of problems and antagonists in the form of two brutal sisters known as the Twins, because what else would they be called?
With 50% off, it might be time to make a new set of friends and take on the familiar landscapes.
We might have a slight problem with hitting the road, Colonel. And there's barely enough water in the boiler to make some tea. And we're all out of coal.
Many people like taking a gap year abroad to find themselves, but that ends up getting costly, risky, and a bit scary when your phone is out of power and you've just scaled Machu Picchu. All that for no selfie? What's even the point?
Well, how about a year in the post-apocalyptic former Russian Federation, experienced straight from the comfort of your own home, without any self-preservation or planning that getting in the way?
Sounds amazing, let's do it. Metro Exodus offers just that, with sprinklings of survival horror, stealth, and first-person shooting, because variety is the spice of life.
Exodus is a sequel to the previous Metro games, Metro 2033 and Last Light. And once again, you play as the stoic and conflict-hardened Artyom.
Traditionally, Metro focuses on the infighting that goes on between all the factions of survivors of the apocalypse, deep underground in Russia's Metro train system. But Artyom is convinced there's something more out there, and supported by his wife and returning character Anna, he's determined to prove it.
It's a punishing game that rewards careful planning and skilled executions. Resources are limited, and you'll often need to think quickly and creatively in order to survive. I think as Leah found out in one of our streams. There's a vast and stunning 4K Ultra HD, Xbox One X enhanced open world to immerse yourself into, and there's a tasty 25% off in the spring sale to tempt you into checking it out.
Of all the FPS games out there, Battlefield 5 feels more like a real war simulator than a standard computer game.
You can get in planes, drive tanks, and experience those only in Battlefield moments as you wipe out an entire squad with a V1 rocket, which is hella satisfying.
Multiplayer makes you focus on working together with your squad and choosing your class depending on your playstyle. But if that isn't your thing, you still have the single-player war stories to explore.
In a recent update, the team have also finally released Firestorm, the super intense Battle Royale mode which sees a wall of fire closing in and destroying the environment as it approaches. It's coming in now, Leah!
So it's getting a bit warmer now. It's a game that I would definitely recommend trying out, and also if you've got EA access, you can play the game's 10-hour free trial. But if you want to own it outright, Battlefield 5 has a 50% discount in the spring sale.
25 years after our world was ripped apart from the inside, we had peace.
It's brutal, it's gritty, and it's often surprisingly tear-jerking.
That sounds a lot like a stream with Charleyy.
Yeah, you know what, now you mention it. Gears of War 4 is a third-person cover-based shooter following humanity's battles against the Locust and the resulting threat of mankind's extinction, making the most out of its HDR and 4K Ultra HD graphics.
There's always something new to threaten existence, but JD, son of Marcus Phoenix, is on the case alongside his friends Del and Kate. The game includes a horde mode, local split-screen co-op, and an explosive versus multiplayer alongside an incredible story. So it's one of those games that has always got something going on.
It also supports Xbox Play Anywhere, so it's yours to play both on Xbox One and Windows 10 PC at no additional cost, which is a handy little addition.
And as anticipation builds for Gears 5, why not get your hands on the latest installment in the series with Gears of War 4 at 75% off.
It's a chunky deal.
Chunky boy.
Tell me this thing is contained.
For now, but it's adapting faster than we can track.
Our next entry into the spring sale combines close quarter confrontations, high lethality tactics, team play, and explosive action. In Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, you'll choose to play as one of the various operators within the Rainbow team, each with their own specialist skills, weapons, and gadgets.
It's also a whole selection of different game modes like hostage, bomb, secure area, tactical realism, terrorist hunt, and situations to keep you going.
Constantly getting updated, and there are so many different ways to play. It's a game that you can pretty much never get bored of.
For a game that's been out since 2015, Rainbow Six Siege is still hugely popular as a title, and with a whopping 60% off, you can download it now and find out what all the fuss is about.
Ooh, crazy is what they think about me. Ain't gonna stop 'cause they tell me so.
Building a house, furnishing it, bringing your friends over, having friends.
Sounds exhausting.
It might all be very nice in real life, but it might just be even more fun in the virtual world. Try out a whole new look for yourself, all inside your Xbox with The Sims 4.
You want blue hair? You got it. You want a stylish townhouse in a big city?
Yeah.
You got it. You want to grind your way to success and start a family? Off you go.
And if you want all of this with an 80% discount, it's your lucky day. The worst part about The Sims is when you close it, and remember, you don't actually have a 5-bedroom penthouse and infinite wardrobe, just a pile of 5-day-old dishes in the sink.
The war for Mordor begins.
If you've ever been in the studio with Benny, he will tell you that Middle-earth: Shadow of War is the greatest single-player story that you can play on Xbox. So that's pretty high kudos from the man himself.
The first game, Shadow of Mordor, also has its Game of the Year edition available on Xbox Game Pass, which was the winner of over 50 Best of 2014 awards when it was released. But the sequel has a tasty 67% discount, which continues Talion and Celebrimbor's story in Middle-earth.
It sees the return of the Nemesis system, which helps create a different narrative with different characters unique to your playthrough.
If you are a big Lord of the Rings fan, then abandon your fellowship and get stuck into this hack-and-slash modern classic.
I think I smell a barbecue.
There aren't many purple dragons more iconic than Spyro, and he's been given a new lease of life with the Reignited Trilogy.
Featuring remasters of all 3 of the first Spyro games, Reignited brings a cheeky, fire-breathing scamp right into the current gen with all overhauled graphics.
The levels are exactly the same as the original, and going back and playing the game gives you that old school level design nostalgia. You can go back in time where everything was simpler, yet still manage to be challenging enough to be fun.
For first-time players, fans of the old series, and parents wanting to introduce their kids to gaming alike, this is the perfect bit of fun, and it's reduced this week by 25%. Overcooked might just be one of my favourite games ever, and it's a delicious 30% off this week. It's unique, it's creative, it's hectic, and it's really, really silly.
The sequel, Overcooked 2, brings more of the same frustrating hilarity with brand new recipes and challenges, plus a couple of game-enhancing mechanics to boot.
It's absolutely the kind of game you'll want to be playing with friends as you coordinate or just get in each other's way, while your attempts to follow the recipes and fulfill orders before time runs out.
Throwing ingredients across the kitchen at each other never gets old.
Yeet.
Jesse McCrae. Been a while.
It's the best time to be a new player to Overwatch, as you can grab 67% off the limited edition version of the game in the spring sale.
It's a team-fighting online PvP extravaganza that tests the limits of your ability to cooperate with your teammates, and also probably your skills or something too.
With casual game modes and a well-catered-to competitive elements, Overwatch is an awesome game for a bit of fun or to challenge yourself against some of the best of the best.
You'll pick from a large roster of characters and need to balance your team of 6 before taking on the opposition in a variety of different game modes, from capture the zone objectives to escort missions, learning the maps and strats as you go.
And honestly, there's not really a single bad character.
Yes, there is. It's called Mate. Carry on.
Opinion aside, with new ones being added on a semi-regular basis. Updates are always free with limited time modes, new maps, meta changes, and more added from time to time to keep things fresh.
There's even a brand new content drop on April 16th called Storm Rising, so check it out.
Go, go, go.
Go.
Yes, Winston. I am with you.
So that's it for our picks of the spring sale, but don't worry, there's so much more on offer if you click the link below.
Make sure to subscribe so you're up to date on everything Xbox related, and don't forget to smash that like button.
Be sure to check us out over on mixer.com/xboxon as well, where we play games like these all the time.
We'll help you make your mind up. We'll see you there, all right? See you next time.
Bye.